Hello, everyone. My name is Brett Clark, and today I'll be walking through the AB InBev case study titled Brewing Up Forecast During COVID-19. This analysis focuses on how AB InBev leveraged the Growth Analytics Center, or GAC, to guide critical business decisions during one of the most disruptive periods in modern history, and how that approach parallels challenges within my own organization, Fidelity National Financial. So let's begin with what the GAC forecast told leadership at AB InBev. In 2021, like many businesses worldwide, AB InBev faced an unprecedented challenge. Lockdowns had shut down bars and restaurants, what we call the on-trade sector, while home consumption through off-trade channels like grocery stores surged. The Growth Analytics Center in India became central to the company's response. Using sophisticated forecasting models, including SIR, or Susceptible Infected Recovered Epidemiological Models, the GAC projected how COVID-19 infection rates and vaccination progress would shape beer demand across Europe. Specifically, the GAC predicted that Italy was nearing herd immunity, meaning restrictions would likely ease and the on-trade venues would rebound. Their baseline and unconstrained forecasts, one assuming stable conditions, the other adding controllable factors like marketing and promotions, both pointed towards a steady recovery trajectory. Importantly, the GAC's accuracy had improved dramatically, from a 6% to roughly 2% error rate in one-year volume forecasts. This gave executives confidence that data, not guesswork, could drive reopening decisions. Faced with this data, Jason Warner and Alexander Pouliot, AB InBev's European leaders, had to decide, should they aggressively reinvest in the on-trade market or take a cautious wait-and-see approach? The evidence suggested that a measured reinvestment was the smart move. Italy's on-trade market share was just 12%, far below its share in Belgium or France. That meant significant growth potential if the company could capture early momentum as bars reopened. At the same time, data indicated that consumers were eager to return to social experiences. In other words, demand was waiting, it just needed supply support and confidence from distributors. So rather than holding back, the best strategy was to reinvest selectively, focusing on high potential areas, supporting wholesalers and pub owners financially, and using data to fine tune production and logistics. This approach balanced analytical confidence with operational prudence, betting on recovery without overcommitting resources if another wave hit. However, reinvestment didn't come without challenges. First, there were supply chain adjustments. During lockdown, production had shifted from kegs to cans and bottles for home consumption. Re-entering the on-trade market meant switching back to kegs, retooling packaging lines, and reallocating transport and storage. Second, cash flow management became critical. Many bar owners and wholesalers were cash-strapped, so AB InBev had to consider financing or providing credit terms to help them restock. Third, forecast uncertainty remained. Even with strong models, government could still reimpose restrictions with little warning. And finally, organizational alignment was a major test. Sales, marketing, finance, and logistics had to act on the same forecasts, and that required trust in the GAC's data. Local teams were initially skeptical of AI-driven models that seemed too opaque. To address this, the GAC worked to make its forecast more transparent and explainable, blending machine learning with country-specific assumptions so local managers could interpret and discuss the numbers confidently. I found this case especially relevant to my own organization, Fidelity National Financial, when faced with similar uncertainty during COVID and our ongoing use of data in our day-to-day operations. Like AB InBev, we rely heavily on forecasting and analytics. In our case, to manage document recording workflows and county compliance. When we use AI to predict document rejection rates or processing delays, accuracy is important, but so is explainability. Our teams, much like AB InBev's local units, need to understand how the forecast was built before trusting it in operational decisions. We also face a similar resource reallocation challenge. When counties shift between electronic and manual processing, which we see when there are technology outages or power outages, or like we saw during COVID, a rapid shift from manual to purely electronic recording, we must rapidly redirect technical and human resources, just as AB InBev had to reconfigure between off-trade and on-trade supply chains. The key takeaway is that data doesn't make decisions, people do. Forecasting is powerful only when combined with transparent models, organizational communication, and leadership willing to act on evidence, not instinct alone. The GAC forecast told AB InBev that recovery was coming, and they were right. Rather than waiting passively, the company used analytics to time its reinvestment, rebuild supply chains, and strengthen partnerships with distributors. Their experience highlights three universal lessons. The first, analytics must be actionable, not just accurate. Second, transparency builds trust, both in data and in leadership decisions. And third, agility is essential. Organizations that can pivot between caution and confidence are the ones that thrive in uncertainty. Just as AB InBev emerged stronger post-pandemic, organizations today, including my own, can leverage predictive analytics to navigate uncertainty, reallocate resources wisely, and drive long-term resilience. Thank you.